Hi, welcome to Sugar Heads Live. Just trying to continue on the cyber stalking about these people that's stalking us. You're thinking on a little avenue. You're thinking on a low level stalking. You just think it's Dame Dash and some people doing some stalking, whatever. Let me tell you, these people, him and his people, and Juan, OG Juan, and Desiree Perez, and all their family, they doing some heavy stalking. They are doing some heavy, heavy cyber stalking. They are being paid millions of dollars to find out information about all of us. You hear me? Our country, yes. This is what they're doing. So it's not some little app downloaded on your phone and they collecting all your information and selling whatever. They are trying to get everything you own. You hear me? Everything. They are spending thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to track all of us. And NYPD is in on it. And they know what's going on because they're in on it. Because remember, these people have family in these outlets, NYPD, sheriff's office, whatever, because we was nice enough, all of us, because we know who they are. And someone call and say, yo, do you have a position at so and so? My friend Juan, cousin, granddaughter needs a job, and we're nice and we hired them. Or there's this kid named DJ Enough, and da, 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 and then they're hired, and then they turn their back. Just recently, Anna Navarro was hired in on Channel 7. She sniffed around a little bit. She came every other month or whatever. Then finally, they wouldn't let nobody else in. Then finally, she got hired. You understand? Because it was a plan. It was a plan. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen out there, they are not using they are not using small items. They are really using cyber attack on us. Cyber attack on us. And we have to be very, very careful. Very careful. People say, oh, I'm not waking up every morning thinking about, just little information. I was telling you about the young lady on YouTube, and they just started attacking her because they saw she was single, and they started attacking her. They went into her house. They connected to her cameras. They found out her mail. They found out this when she's getting mail. They downloaded her phone. They was just boom, 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 boom. You understand? Same in Miami because they got family in Miami. You understand? And they was and is attacking us. So don't think this is something small. And Dame Dash has a studio, a computer studio and a television studio and whatever. All that stuff is technical stuff. All that stuff is technical stuff. You understand? And Mr. Perez and his wife, and I'm getting it from a good source. You understand? And plus, I know it was them because you know, uh, not 2 blocks, 2 house down, they family live there, and she works in the police department, but I think it's as a receptionist. She would like to act like she's an officer, but she's probably a receptionist in the thing. Because this is what they do. They put all their people as a receptionist. They cock block. Even today, I was trying to talk to my insurance company in regards to the damages they do, because they would go to your house and damage your house, and then want you to claim it, and then they want the money. They threaten the insurance agent, because if they can't get through you, they would try to threaten the insurance agent. And for the most part, they go straight for the gut, the throat. Oh, I'm gonna hurt your kids. So they crying up here, but they crying. Oh, she's mentioning kids and stuff like that. But that's what they do. That's why I'm so mad, and that's why I don't be really caring, because they go straight for the jugular. They threaten people's children. And when somebody threatens their child, they want to blast it and go to the cops because the cops is helping them. You understand? So I'm just tired of um not wanting to say what I wanted to say or whatever. I'm like, you go after mine, I'm going after yours. Yeah, the best way I can, you know. And that's how you should deal with it. Because the cops is in on it. They're using their kids because most of them they have young kids. But the other one, when finally she got caught, she want to show me a picture of her kids. But for years, you're stalking my child. My child has been working on a job and getting half his paycheck because Desiree and OG Juan got people in the accounting department and the bookkeeping department and payroll department and is and was stealing his money out of his paycheck. They was putting in the books that he's getting a full salary, and then they was telling him this is what they're gonna pay him, and they're pocketing that money. So they are living off not just my money but your money, because you thinking that okay, I'm getting this interest rate and that interest rate, and I'm getting down to your credit card, down to your credit card. These people have no morals, no scruples, or nothing. Her and her husband have no scruples. Oh, DJ Nuff and DJ Envy and all of them and Anna Navarro and Sonny Hostins and the whole PR clique and the whole DR clique, they have no morals. Don't show me your kid. I don't care. You don't care about my kid. I don't care about yours. You don't want to care about how my child is surviving off of half his salary for the last. He was working in the he was working in the airport for more than 10 years because you were stealing his money then too. I had nothing to do with what's going on with you and that person. You understand? And, you know, he didn't go after your wife. He didn't go after none of your children. He didn't go after none of your family. He didn't go after your mother. But y'all came straight after us. Y'all came straight after us. You understand? And now you want to come tell me something about, oh, my child, my child. I don't care about your child. My child been missing half his check since he's been working, it seems. And then you know what they did? He's working for the city now. They put their family to work with him. They had the whole thing rearranged to think, and I told Mr. Big Man, I'm like, you get these people away from my child. It's bad enough they want to steal his money, but now they want to be on top of him like that. Get him away from him. Or else I'm gonna find a way to make sure they get fired or something. My son is not gonna be stressed out 24 hours a day because of these greedy motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna, they pounce. They don't let you breathe. They do it so quick that by the time you figure out what's going on, they on to the next one. They on to the next one. Today I was talking to my insurance company and I gave my insurance company just a simple email. And they started attacking the email because all the insurance mail is coming from that email, right? So they want to pretend to be me because these apps you can click the camera and rearrange stuff. So whatever letter she sends me, they're gonna rearrange the words and they want to send me the letter like it's her. Today I was asking for her email and they gave me a whole long email. The receptionist, a whole long email that is not even her email. And I said, So she said, send all your information to that email. I'm like, yeah, you think I am. I'm not sending no email to that. You crazy. You understand? They got us locked, so we have to fight. It's not being scared no more. You have to fight. They're watching us. When you see a whole bunch of vans come pulling up, take pictures. You don't know what they for. It looks regular, like they coming to fix the phone. Yeah, they coming to hook the phone up to your shit. Take pictures. Even if you think they not of you, you see a whole bunch of vans climbing up the pole or next to the pole, and a whole bunch of guys. All of a sudden, DEP is there because they going in the sewer. Yeah, they even went in the sewer They went in my sewer and they made some kind of tunnel for animals to go straight to my thing. Then they put something in the sewer so all the roaches and thing. Because since I moved in this house, I didn't have roaches or mice. Never. Because I take care of my house. All of a sudden, because when I was doing the B&B, they wanted me to have a bad whatchamacallit. Because the people send people to inspect. You understand? On the low. That's how jealous they are of you. They want to have the house full of roaches and mice so you can get a bad review. I'm telling you. This is how petty these people are. They want you to get nothing. And everything you're sitting there and investing your time to look into, the next thing you know, you're strolling through Instagram and you see a whole bunch of them. Oh, I can teach you how to this and I could. Oh, you can teach me the same thing that I'm talking about. You understand? The same thing I'm talking about. You gonna want to teach me, but you don't want me to teach nobody. But you gonna go online and act like you. You understand? This is how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be very diligent. You have to watch your kids. You have to watch your finance. You have to make sure you know who your friends are. Always constantly check your phone. I'm talking to the thing. I'm clicking on the link because I'm thinking, and things. So I have to erase it real quick. Yes, yes, they watching you. Yeah, Mr. Hutchinson, that one, Reyes, all of them. These are bodyguards for the big boys on top. Yes, Dame Dash, Kareem Burks, Juan, OG, DJ, all of them, all of them. And they would sit there and they go play music and they got their little car shows and whatever. They don't want to have nothing. Rick Ross was having a car show. Now DJ Envy and them having a car show. Who started off with that? Funk Flex. Funk Flex was the first one that started off with his car show. Now everybody got a car show because I guess they don't want Flex to have his car show to make no money off his car show. You understand? And some of their car shows is crap. Some of their car shows is the same car, same color, just different year, just piled up. And some of the cars ain't even theirs. Some of them is just refurbished car they found in the junkyard with those states that got waterlogged and they spent some time and fix it up and they posted like it things show. No, some of them is waterlogged things. Water or car they stolen. Yeah, he stole like 3 cars from me. Yeah, because 2 people sent a car for me and that never made it. And Mercedes Benz sent me another car because they found out that they people in the thing was they stole my car. But the same people who they went into the machine, they saw that a car was coming from me and they told these people and they hijacked the truck down to simple stuff. Yep. Down to simple stuff that they're doing. So this is not no kids tracking system. This is cyber stalking. They want all y'all money. They want everything you got. And you thinking that you look in your bank account and you losing whatever and nope, they stealing your money right under your nose. That's why I watch mine every day. And they be trying to figure out what to do every day. They got people working at the bank or they lock you into a one of those call centers where you thinking you're speaking to different people. You understand? And you're not. You're talking to their people. And they sitting in a center because all of them they come to Reyes' house, right? And they sit in a call center. When the mother leaves, she let one of her friends come to man the phone. You understand? And when the mother come back, she leaves. And then when Reyes leave, the Indian brother-in-law come in. I'll be seeing them. The Indian brother-in-law come in. That one, her and her daughter work, so sometimes the son come fills in or whatever. Somebody's always home over there because they be doing so much fucked up shit that they don't want to leave their house empty at all. So somebody's always over there. So when one go out, she be running out real quick and doing whatever because she's scared to be on the street. Then they come back in. And, that's how it is. And he got his raccoons watching the house. He leaves his door open because nobody expect the raccoons to walk in. You understand? So he leaves his. That's what he told me. He said, "I'll leave my door open," and I didn't know why until later. Yeah, they gonna walk. People gonna walk in his house, and a surprise. A whole bunch of raccoons is gonna come attack them. And if you're not scared of raccoons, then you might be lucky. But yeah, I'll throw some poison down and throw some boil some poison. Let it cool down. You go in there, throw the poison all on them. They rats. Get some rat poison. Boil it the night before. Put it in a bottle or container and throw it all on them. Or get one of those those bottles that you can put on your hose. Melt the rat poison. You got to get some good rat poison. Get the rat poison, melt it, liquefy it, and attach it to the hose. Open up the water and spray it, and all of them get wet down, and eventually they all die. So let him spend money to get more raccoons. You understand? Yep. I don't know what they eat because when the guy came here 8 years ago, because one started crawling on my thing, I didn't know that he had it right next door. They was all laughing at me. I came in and I saw it on the roof, and it was squealing. And they told me call. I called 911, and they told me call an exterminator, and I did. I didn't know. Who expects their neighbor to be doing stuff like that to them? You understand? I called them. They got $125 out of me because I didn't know. I paid the exterminator. He never caught it because because he was telling me the wrong food that what the raccoons eat. So when the raccoon go next to the gate and they smell the food, they bypass the gate, and they always laughing at me. Cause here I am paying a man to get rid of something that is never going to be caught. It was easy money for them. They all had a good laugh. You understand? And he told me, I said, "Well, you didn't catch it." He said, "Well, you got to pay me for my time." But then later on, I found out that he's Hutchinson's friend, and they all get thing up together. How can we get her money? Oh yeah, because what happened is with my when I first met my boyfriend, they sent him over here to thing, and she took $15,000 off my credit card. Yep, she stole $15,000 off my credit card. That's why her life went downhill. And her and I were supposed to be still friends. She got the credit card and instantly started pulling out cash. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So finally the credit card company calls me. I'm like, they said, "Are you okay in all this?" I said, "No, I'm not okay." Nobody. So they halted it. You understand? And then they found out um how it was happening. Yeah, I was trying to get a website going. I'm doing my daily life, because my family keeps saying every day you're talking about this, every day it's frustrating. That's why we don't want to talk to you. But every day I get up, it's something new with them because they don't leave you alone. So when one of them get killed or something, then the judge is gonna not call nobody fucking evil because they pounce on you every fucking minute of the day and every fucking day. So so anyway, I called. What was I gonna say about this thing? Yeah, so they stopped it. She sent her daughter to private school. The bank did a research. They tried to send me a letter saying that we find you in fault, and they closed the case. And then I kept calling the bank, and the bank reopened it. Yeah, because they're reading through your emails. Because who knows who would think that you just moved around a block and this is the bullshit that's happening. This is what your neighbors are into. Nobody thinks that. So they kept sending me letters telling me that my case is closed, and I'm responsible for the $30,000 that it was 15, 20 something for the money that she stole. And I'm like, huh? Because usually banks would pay it off and then do an intense security search. So they sent me that letter real quick, and I got curious. So I kept calling the bank, calling the bank, calling the bank, and I'm telling you, all of this is gonna sound so real because you're on the phone talking, thinking you're talking to the bank. And they said, no, Miss Gibbons, no, we have to close the case because we found you at fault. Da, 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 da. You gave the okay, blah, 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 blah. And you're thinking all this shit is real. You're on the phone with these people and you're thinking, okay, well, the bank said I'm at fault, blah, blah, blah. And it's not. It's dumb. And I didn't give up. I said, I'm not responsible for this money. She stole my money. I didn't say she, I said he. You understand? I said, he stole my money. I want my money. Then come to find out they did a whole research. It took around 2 years because I didn't give up. They thought I gave up. I didn't give up. It took 2 years because they kept sending me letters. Oh, you're responsible for this, for that. Blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, she stole my money to put her child, pay for her children's school fee. The bank called the school and her children got thrown out of the school. Both her kids and the Haitian kids. Yep. And them because when they kept sending me the letter, the bank kept paying the thing, so they kept sending me the letter again. So each one of them took turns on the bank and paid and try to put their kids in school. So that's why they coming after me too, because they want to blame me for stealing my money and I didn't allow them to steal the bank's money. You understand what I'm saying? You don't give up because all this stuff follows you. All this stuff, they don't care. These people are in their house doing some criminal activities. They Dane Dash told me one time, he said, I'm living good. I don't know about you. You keep saying that I'm poor and I'm living good. And he sent me a picture with him and Rocky and his daughter going in a limousine, going somewhere. He's being boisterous about it. I'm like, I don't need to see you and your family. I'm like, but you're stealing people's money. You understand? And you're wishing people's children bad because they try to put drugs in my son's food to make my son into a junkie. I had to fight for dear life to get my son off the drugs because they was lacing it up. I remember I stopped in Harlem to get a coffee. They halted the thing and because they following you, and they told whoever to wait up, and somebody came and they tried to drop something in my coffee, and I threw it away because I love coffee, and they know, and they study what you like. They study what you like to eat. I'm telling you, you would not believe the lengths they go to. They know you're going to certain grocery stores to pick up whatever, and they take out about 4 to 10 items, and they put stuff in it. They put stuff in the food and seal it back. Just like how they open up your mail and then they put it in another envelope and they put stuff in your food. You think your food, you look at the bag and you think, oh, it's like 4 things. There's nobody going that length. Yes, they are. They used to put so much grease in the croissants because I guess with this game, with the grease, that means money or whatever. You understand? That's why they're always trying to intercept my food so they can put a whole bunch of whatever. And she believes in voodoo, so she want to throw her period blood in there, and I throw it in the garbage. These are stuff people get hurt for really seriously. So when anything happened to them and the cops come banging and looking and stuff, they deserve it. All of them, they fucking deserve it because they want to sit there and act like they fucking innocent, and because they want to get away with it because they're being backed by these people and nobody likes us. You understand? And they deserve whatever they're gonna get because they say it about me. They say it about you. They want us to just sit there and have them take our money, but you gotta fight because they threatening your kids and they threatening you. I don't want to hear about nothing about your kids. I remember I was talking to Candy. She gonna tell me it ain't her. I'm gonna call out names. All this time you pushing me, you doing this. She said it ain't me, but it was you at a point. It was you at a certain point that you came after me, but now your assistant Don Juan is doing all that stuff. Yeah, I'm calling out names. And I like Candy because everybody used to ask me because every year they trade people in on the shows. And I've always been behind. I'm like, everything Candy touch is gold. But now you know why. She's stalking people. Just like Cynthia Bailey. Because her ex-husband, her daughter's father, Leon, is long time in the game. He's a great actor. So she met Leon. He tipped her off about what's going on in the game, and she started attacking people. Listen, I'm new to this. People invited me to stuff and just left me there. I remember 10 years, not 10 years, a couple of years ago, before I moved here, I went to a girlfriend of mine party, and I met this guy, very handsome guy. And Trini, Andy sent him after me. So he came in the party and he went to my friend Allison's best friend. I'm Allison's friend, but I'm not her best friend. I'm her oldest friend. Me and Allison grew up in the same country. We're both Trinis and we grew up in the same area. You understand? Where she's my oldest friend. The oldest, you know what I'm saying? The oldest friend I had from since we was born. But I'm not her best friend and she's not mine. Vanessa was my best friend. And Chanel or somebody was her best friend. Okay, she's from a different country. She's not Trini. So anyway, Andy, I went to her party because she was having a house party for her husband. So I'm in the party, and all the girls and all the guys' party was crowded. Blah blah blah. So anyway, this very handsome guy, came in, and he's standing by the door, looking. I noticed him because he's handsome. So we kept talking, dancing, whatever. So he went to Allison's friend because I don't know how Andy described me. He said, "Oh, I guess he said that's Allison's best friend." You understand? So he walked around. He saw Allison and what's her name talking. Da, 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 da. They always hanging out. Da, da, da. So he figured, okay, that's the girl he's supposed to talk to. He went back out. Da, da, da. Andy probably told him that's not it. So he came back in like 3 hours later. He headed straight for me. I knew he was coming. When I saw him and he looked at me, I knew that he was sent to me. I said, all right, I'm going to play this game. So that week, I was supposed to be going on vacation. And Allison backed out, and somebody else backed out. We were supposed to go on vacation together. They backed out. Because, as an officer, your friends don't really have the same schedule or the same kind of pockets. I try to get it. I try to make it where everything was reasonably afforded. But anyway, they both jumped out of going on vacation with me. So it was a last minute thing. So me and him vibed, but I knew he was there for something. I didn't know what the something was, but I knew he was there for something. Somebody sent him after me. And I didn't know who I was because nobody would tell me, not even my family. And I still don't know. I don't know my official title. I don't. So anyway, so we vibed, and anyway, long story short, him and I ended up going to Atlantic City for my vacation. Then after Atlantic City, we went to Delaware, then we went to Maryland. My sister was pissed because we were supposed to stay in a hotel. Something happened to the hotel. We ended up staying at my sister's. So she's like, "Oh, you're bringing strangers to my house, blah, 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 blah." Whatever. Then later on, she told me he tried to come on to her because his thing was to try to see if he can get into all the family. Okay, so he was coming to. So my sister didn't know. I'm like, well, he's not really my boyfriend. He's just some guy I'm on vacation with. She said you shouldn't have brought him to my house, which is true. I shouldn't have. But him and I was on vacation together. The hotel fell through. We needed somewhere to stay for a couple of days, and because I'm on the phone trying to get a hotel room, couldn't. So anyway, he showed me a good time. He showed me around Maryland. We went to the boardwalk. At that time, the boardwalk was just building. The seaport was just building. Where all those restaurants is in Baltimore or Maryland or downtown Maryland or somewhere. Anyway, the Baltimore, Maryland area, the seaport, it was just building up. And he took me there. So while we was going down there, he stopped somewhere, like I said, in Delaware. But I'm driving, he's leaning all the way back. So he told me park right here. And he's calling somebody on the phone. I guess he's thinking somebody. And this guy rolled up and tried to talk to me. And then he pushed his seat up. And the guy said, "Oh, yo, man, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." So I said to myself, this guy is somebody in the area. Because the guy's face just turned. You understand? The guy's face just turned when he pulled his chair up and the guy see who he was. So I'm saying this guy is somebody and he's acting like he's a nobody. So I said, okay, I'm a roll with it. So, but he showed me a good time. We went down to Atlantic City. He showed me all of the new Baltimore and the new Maryland and whatever. And like I said, when the seaport was just starting up, he took me there, showed me all the beautiful restaurants that was coming up, the waterside, everything. It was such a beautiful area. Then him and I went to Dave and Buster's and things like that. But yeah, when I saw that guy's face turn a different color when he pulled up his seat, because he was all the way back. I'm like, I know he's all the way back. He doesn't want to be seen. You understand? So the guy came, tried to talk to me. He pulled the seat back, and the guy. So anyway, I said this guy is somebody in these parts. So anyway, he went wherever he went. I'm waiting for him by the seaport. This other guy with this fancy car came next to me and was going around acting like he wiping the car. Da, 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 da. I'm talking about fancy. I'm talking about Lamborghini kind of fancy. Those kind of specialty cars. Not no regular put Mercedes that I had. Yeah, he had Lambo in that realm. And he parked it right there and he's wiping it because he wanted to see if I was a chicken head. And I just stood there and waited for the guy. I can't remember his name. I do that on purpose. I don't be remembering people's names on purpose because I want to forget you. You my ex. I want to forget you. I don't want to know nothing about you, what's going on in your life. I do that purposely. Okay. So anyway, the guy was sent there to see if I was a chicken head, if I would run to him because he had a nice car. So I'm not a chicken head. So, we didn't even talk. He just acted like he was thinking his car, whatever. Then he came back out. He came back from wherever he was doing. And then he took me to his friend's house, and his friend had a daughter. And he left me in the house with the child's daughter. You understand? I found it weird. You understand? But then later on, I found out that they wanted to see how I would act around people's children if I was, you know, would accost a strange child, and I won't. Because I found it strange. You just met me, you left me with your kid, your 6-year-old daughter. You understand? So she fell asleep. Me and her was talking. She fell asleep. She went on the bed, whatever, because she lived with her dad. And I just sat there and watched TV until wherever they come back. Because they went about 2 hours. You understand? But I figured out what was going on. I'm like, why would they leave a stranger with their child? You understand? I guess they wanted to see if I was a child molester or whatever. So then they came back and he went, whatever, and he came and we went to get something to eat. And then me and him driving in the car, he said some people is looking for you. I'm like, who's looking for me? He said, what he told me? He said an organization. I said, an organization? What organization is looking for me? And then in front, there was a car with an emblem on it. He said, those people. I don't know who those people are. I said, who are those people? And he didn't tell me. He just pointed at the emblem on the back of the car that was in front of us. So that's how I got introduced to you guys. That was 18 years ago. That was 18 years ago. And it took me 18 years to even try to figure out what's going on, because all he did is point. He never explained to me who these, and I don't even know who they are or who you guys are. All I know, he told me some people want me in their organization, and he pointed to the car emblem in front of me, in front of us, because he was driving, and he said, those people want you. But he never told me who those peoples were. And I still don't know. I don't know if it's y'all. I don't know if it's the FBI. I don't know if it's Illuminati. I don't know who it was. He knows, but I don't. He didn't explain to me. He just pointed, and it had some kind of special emblem on the car. It wasn't a Maker's model. It was a special emblem on the car, and I'm trying to remember what it looked like. I can't even remember what it looked like. But he told me they wanted me. Never told me why. Never tell me who they are. And he disappeared. We came back to Brooklyn, and he put in his report, I heard, and he disappeared out of my life. That was the last time I seen him, because he was there to investigate a lot of things. You understand? And after that, I never seen him. After that, no, he didn't think me. It was a mutual thing. We wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. It was just a last minute thing with a vacation or whatever. But he was sent to me. So all my friends that fell through probably was told not to go. That he has to go and do whatever they're looking to be done. Because how come, me and my two friends, and all of a sudden both my friends told me that they not coming? And then he's telling me people is wanting me in their organization, don't want to tell me what organization it is. All he does is point to some emblem on the car. And that's it. That's how I was introduced to whomever, to y'all or whoever. I still don't know who that organization is. All I know after that, they just started testing me out to see my knowledge of certain things. If I can read, signs, I'll be watching TV and they be sending messages. I know this sound crazy, but for those who in it, they know. They be sending messages to me over the TV. They tell me look out the window. I'm looking out the window. I see a guy outside standing in the middle of the park, the driveway, on his bike, staring up at me. Meanwhile, I'm watching TV and the TV's telling me, I know it sounds crazy, because I'm reading. Me reading, I'm not saying words. They was telling me a story in the commercial, me. And I'm watching the commercial, and they said the commercial didn't say it. The commercial, how can I say it? Told me to look out the window. It was just a regular commercial, but it had a message behind the commercial. And if you're not special or if you're not in it, you're not going to see the message. I guess they was testing me out to see if I can see the message without being in the club. And I got the message. They told me look out the window. And I looked out the window, and there was a guy on a bike just standing there looking up at my sister's window. That's it. And I said, that's weird. So then I said, maybe just my self-conscious needed to go look out the window. I'm telling you, I talked myself out of it. I said, no, it couldn't be. It can't be that I'm reading stuff. That's, I'm reading stuff on the TV. It can't be. And then they kept testing me, and then I guess I would pass the test. They kept telling me do this. Yes, I know it sounds like I need a psychiatrist, but for those in it, they know I'm not thinking. Yeah, so I kept getting tested and tested, and they kept telling me to do this, and I would do it, and boom. So that's how I got introduced to whatever I got introduced to. You understand? So you guys just be careful. Because the way these people are moving, you would swear that they just carrying on a regular day. But you seeing all these people pulling up, you see all these technicians running something, you seen all the delivery with all this computer stuff. All you gotta do is look at the box, read the box and stuff like that. The other day he tells me, oh, I'm delivering shelves. Yesterday you holding the shelf with one hand. I'm like, that's not a shelf, sir. That's computer equipment. I don't even know if that's you, Nikki, because one of my neighbors duplicated your web, and I meant to call you and ask you. I meant to call you and ask you if that's really you, you know, or send you a text to ask you because they duplicating people's pages. They duplicating people's pages, and let me see. Let me see this. They're duplicating people's pages, so you thinking that that's one of your regular followers or whatever. No, it's dumb. They hiding they hiding behind somebody else's name. Because when all said and done, all this stuff is going to be investigated that they stalking me. So that's why I'm not even worried. Lord is on my side. So they running down the court saying, "Oh, I'm doing this to them." No, they stalking me. You can check all they stuff. They sending me messages. They sending me fake links. They they claim they can't stand me, but they watching me under somebody I think I knows. What you call it? You understand? I'm trying to send Nikki a message. And yeah, and they pretend to be you. You know, so you're thinking it's one of your fans or one of somebody you know, and they done stole somebody's identity on the internet, and you thinking it's somebody that you know, and it's dumb. And it's dumb. You understand? Or it could be whoever. I think it says it is. Yeah, because they took two of my pages. One of them I can't even. I'm trying to get back. I can't get back. You understand? Because you got to use your old phone and to get it and all kinds of stuff. You know, I can't even remember what I put on it. Oh, okay. He said it's a. But yeah, you just gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful. You gotta watch yourself. Cause they are downloading stuff on your phone. They're connecting to your security system. They're connecting everything because they want to know everything about you. And by the time you find out that you're being stalked, you got cameras in your fire thing. Oh yeah, they switched. I was watching TV one time and I was watching YouTube, and they had a smoke detector with a camera in it, and they put it in this guy's house. and he didn't know. And then when it started going off, he went around and he found out that it was a camera. They switched it, or that they going through all your mail. Like I don't have my mail; it's over there, and I don't feel like getting up. They open all my mail, and but you can tell all the mail doesn't come in the regular. Like if T-Mobile sending you something, if Bank of America send you something, it's gonna come in a Bank of America envelope. If they sending you a credit card, it's gonna come in a Bank of America envelope. But they don't work for Bank of America, or they can't get those envelopes because those are counted. They got secret codes on these envelopes, so they get the regular envelope with the same opening, but it just don't have the label. So if you see all your mail is coming in pure white envelopes, and it just got the little thing at the corner with the mail, somebody's been reading your mail, and they just put it in an envelope that match whatever, and they put it back in your mail, or they give it to the postman. In my case, in my old building, this guy used to work for the post office, and in my case, my neighbor, he used to work in the post office. He was a supervisor. He got fired. Why? Because when I found out that she stole my money, and I was doing all the report, stole my credit card. I was doing all the report. I didn't know he was a supervisor in the post office. I thought he was a mechanic because he fixed cars. All these years I lived here, I never knew he was a post office supervisor. Somebody told me he was a post office supervisor. I did like I did to her because she kept coming in my house, her and her children. I reported it to the school because she was a teacher. The school, the Teachers Association, did an investigation and found out I wasn't lying. They saw her and her kids coming in and out the house. Then they found out other things about her, that she was messing around with children. You understand? And because she was a part-time, you know what? And him, same thing. So they found out that what she was doing, they fired her. So she's mad at me. But they told you you're under investigation. If somebody's gonna tell you you're under investigation, stop doing what you're doing. But she's such a bitch, she didn't want to stop. So they saw her and her kids coming in and out of my house. And they fired her. And she was a teacher a very long time. She was, I think, tenure or whatever, however that is. I forgot, because I used to be in the PTA. Yeah, they fired her. And they fired him because of the same process. They investigated for 2 years. They found out he was stealing my packages and stuff like that. Not only mine, but other people's packages. And they fired him. And he's still doing it. So I don't order nothing. The other day I tried to send something to my cousin. My dumb cousin started screaming at me. Why are you sending stuff to this? Now my cousin's friends with them. I cut my cousin off. I told her I don't want to talk to you no more. I said, you're making a big fuss of me sending some pills, because me and her was supposed to start some diet together. I was paying for it. So I sent the diet pills to her address. She called me screaming, screaming, screaming. Then I found out she started talking to them. I don't want to be your cousin no more. You picking them over me? Be your friend. And I'm sure they doing to her that they was trying to do, they was doing to me, stalking, because the guy who installed my camera is now her boyfriend, because they watch your door. So every man, if you're a woman, every man that comes to the door, the girls be acting like they don't know the guy, and they start talking to the guy. So now her and my ex carpenter is boyfriend and girlfriend. Meanwhile, my cousin is the one who introduced me to him because he was doing her house. He hooked up a camera in her house. Come to find out, he kept security codes on all the cameras. Because you trust people or whatever. You didn't change the security code, or when you do, they find a way. Because him and my cousin was real close. So he found a code and was watching my cousin through the camera on the app, and he was doing it to me too. He kept, because I didn't change the security code. Stupid me. But I changed the security code, and what happened when I left, they broke into my house, because now he's the boyfriend of her now, because he used to come to my house. How I found that out, I know it all sounds complicated. How I found that out? After he stopped doing stuff for my house, a next carpenter I met, started coming to do my house, and he came to me and he said, some lady trying to pick me up, and because he used to come to my door. She seen him come to my door. Then my ex-boyfriend, who I started dating. Used to ex-carpenter, came to my house, was fixing. Him and because he's cousin of my ex-carpenter, the first ex-carpenter, he's cousin, and me and him started talking. So him and the cousin stopped talking because he's married to my ex's cousin. I know it sounds complicated. So anyway, they both came in and say some girl walking past trying to talk to me. Come to find out her daughter was acting like she's lost. Didn't tell them that she lived right there. He said some girl keep walking back and forth, so she looked lost. So we was asking her what's the problem, if we can help him. She wanted to carry on, get a conversation out of them, and for one of them to try to pick her up or whatever. But anyway, that didn't work for him, but it worked for the thing. Eventually, him and the cousin started talk. I mean, her and the cousin started talking. Da 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 da. Because they watch your door, ladies. Every man that comes to your door, they try to attract. And when they can't attract it, the men try to make friends with them. And that's what happened. Then they tell whatever, oh, she's this, or she's that, or he's this, or he's that. And the next thing you know, they don't talk to you anymore. And when that stopped, because he told me, he said, Rhonda, I'm going to tell you the truth. He said, they threatened my daughter. He said, I'm trying to get my green card. They know I wasn't straight. I'm trying to do the marriage thing for whatever. And he told me straight up. He said, my green card isn't here yet. And they told me if I come back here and help you, that they're going to thing with my green card. And they can do that too. And they can do that. He said, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to get my green card. The paperwork is not finished yet. And then I'm trying to bring my daughter to America because he was Jamaican. And I told him, fine. And I told him, thank you for telling me, because all my other friends didn't want to tell me. So after he left, some other carpenters came out of the blue. I picked them out of the thing. I said, okay, I'm not going to get nobody recommended. I'm just going to pick them out the blue. So I picked them off the internet and I said, okay, I need such and such to be done because she ripped off some of my siding of the house and the breeze was coming in my house. So I needed the siding to be fixed. So they see him come to my door and he never showed up. He said, oh, I'm going to come Saturday and I'm going to put the siding back up for you, blah, 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 and whatever else you need me to do, I would do it for you. The next thing I know, he never showed up. He bought me food. So that means we was in good standing. He left here checking out everything that I needed to be done. All I know, he's left and this one followed him. The next thing I know, he never popped up. I sent him a text. He never answered me back. Then I sent him another time. I'm like, what's the matter? He said you was coming Saturday. What happened? He said, I can't make it. And that's it. Then I found out what happened. You understand? So it's not that I'm trying to think people. They stalk you. They stalk you. So you have to watch your finances. You really have to watch everything around you. Get your phones checked. They send you stuff and it looks like regular stuff. Do not press on no links at all. No links. When they send you a link, go in the thing, type it out, let it go through. Don't click on no links because you're thinking you're talking to the company and you're not. I thought I was talking to my insurance company today because they're supposed to give me some money to fix my backyard. And they want the money. Meanwhile, they had a party. They all crashed into my backyard and they blamed it on one of my other neighbors because the cops threatened her. The Indian cops threatened her to tell her to take blame for it. And all of a sudden, nobody can find the tapes. All the tapes. Everybody got cameras. Nobody can find the tapes, right? So my insurance is dealing with their insurance or whatever. So now they find out, oh, she's getting money for that shit? Because they all had a good laugh. They broke she getting money for that shit? Or everybody scrambling. They finding out what insurance company I got. And I sat down there and I gave this insurance lady a long speech. I'm like, let me tell you something. I'm dealing with the so-called mob because his stepfather was part of the mob. The Italian mob because he's Italian. And I'm like, listen, I'm not letting them get a dime of my money. I said they're gonna threaten you, but they already threatened her. I'm not giving it to nobody. I said, please send my money through wire, from bank to bank, insurance thing. They didn't want that. I guess they threatened her. She said, "Oh, we can't do that. We got to send you a paper check." They said, "Expect it." UPS sent me a thing saying the paper check is coming. They're going to knock on the door, blah, blah, blah. UPS never knocked on the door. I'm waiting for the. When I opened the door 2 hours later, because it was supposed to be delivered at 10, because they was very precisely said, Miss Gibbons, I'm going to have a track on that thing. So we know precise time when it's going to come. They said it's going to be there for 10 o'clock, 5 to 10. I said, okay. I'm waiting. Nothing. No knock, nothing. 2 hours later, I called. She said, they said it's there. I open the door, I look on the floor, and the signature is supposed to be given for the thing. It's thousands of dollars these people are sending me. It's on the floor. I opened it. They opened and they opened it, see what it was, probably made a copy of it. So I'm hoping I got the real thing and they just made a copy of it and they put it back in another thing because they know UPS. They know they know the guy who does the route for UPS. That's how strategic these people are. So don't think your mail is late for a reason. I used to tell them I want my mail before 12 o'clock because everybody's at work. All of a sudden, my mail start coming at 6 when everybody's home. Because they deliver my mail to these people first, and then if they feel like giving it to me, then they give it to me. So don't think everything is happenstance. They are watching all of us. They are watching all of us. But anyway, since Nikki's there, they offering I'm getting ready to put it up, Nick. They're giving me a 5.80% for 3 months for those who want to join that. I didn't put it up yet because I just looked into my account and other people's account, and they only going to get that because of me, or else they wouldn't have gotten that because I'm co-signing for them. And it looks like everybody can get that 5.8. I'm waiting for the feedback because I asked them a question and I asked them certain things about the 5.80%, and I'm waiting for the answer. And if they give me the right answer, everybody's gonna be making the 5.8 for a couple of months on the money that they put in and they sent me. So that's why I'm so diligent with my people and their money. You understand? Because all this computer stuff is crazy. They damn near trying to take over countries. Yep. They planning on going to Trinidad, and cause the Indians up here started thinking with the Trini on the block, and they introduced them to people in Trinidad. Cause they not from Trinidad. These Indians is not from Trinidad. They from Grenada, but they want to take over the weed culture. You understand? And they trying to go down to Trinidad and take over the weed culture. They trying to come up here weed culture. They trying to steal people's property, deed fraud. They going to see empty properties, and they just parking in people's properties. You understand? And that's it. So I'm gonna put up the stuff in a few minutes, Nick. If you're interested, you can ask me some questions in regards to it because they giving me a 2-minute countdown. And yeah, the 5.80% for a couple of months. I'm gonna lock it in after they answer me some questions. Right now, everybody is earning 5.12, and before that, they was earning 5.24. Because since I'm always putting in money, they benefiting off of me. But when they start, it's gonna be they're gonna get a couple of percentage, and then they have to, But right now they working off of my good habits. You understand? So they getting all the stuff that I'm getting because I'm working hard with other clients. So they send me a bone now and then to get almost 6%. So if you come under me, you can also get the 5.80 for a couple of months. All right. I got the 2-minute countdown and it's almost a couple of seconds. I don't like to go over the percentage because every time I try to upload on YouTube, if it goes